The Intergalactic Rave. When music replaced war. You want us to what now, Captain? We're being asked to evacuate the solar system immediately? Captain Anya Sharma, commanding officer of the Black Panther, stared at the holographic alien ambassador. Her eyebrows were raised so high, they threatened to escape her forehead. The Xylosian diplomat, a shimmering, constantly shifting liquid mass that resembled a mutated lava lamp, burbled something that sounded like a garbage disposal choking on a spoon. The universal translator crackled to life. The Galactic Council has determined your species is too unpredictable to be allowed continued occupation of such a resource-rich area. Anya gently nudged her first officer, Commander Ben Carter, who was desperately trying to stifle a laugh. She cleared her throat. Right. And what if we politely told you to go shove your evacuation order where the sun don't shine? The Xylosian's liquid mass shifted color, perhaps the extraterrestrial equivalent of clutching pearls. Captain, surely you understand. The might of the combined galactic armada, yeah, Anya interrupted, waving a hand dismissively. Big scary space fleet, superior technology, yada yada. Listen here, Xylosius, she said, looking straight at the hologram. May I call you Xylosius? The liquid mass shifted color again, an apparent reluctant acquiescence. Great. Xylosius it is. Here's the thing. You clearly haven't done your homework on humans. Let me give you a quick crash course. Anya stood up, pacing around the bridge as she warmed to her topic. We're the species that looked at the vast, terrifying unknown of space and said, "Neat. Let's go poke it with a stick." We saw our own moon and decided, you know what would be fun? Strap ourselves to a giant rocket and yeet ourselves up there. The Xylosian's liquid mass was now tied in what appeared to be a tangled knot of confusion. But surely, it stammered. When faced with overwhelming force, "Oh, honey," Anya groaned. "That's where you really messed up. Humans don't do overwhelming force. We do hold my beer and watch this." She gestured to her communications officer. "Ensign Kim, please inform Earth that some very polite aliens have kindly suggested we vacate our home. Oh, and patch me through to Admiral Chen." A gruff voice crackled over the speakers. "Chen here. What's the situation, Sharma?" "Oh, you know," Anya replied casually, examining her nails. "Just your standard evacuation or be annihilated ultimatum from some uptight space squids. Nothing major there." There was a pause, then a bark of laughter. "Well, then, I suppose we should roll out the welcome mat, shall we? Going with Plan Z. Are we?" Anya grinned, all teeth and mischief. "Oh, nothing so dramatic. We're just going to rickroll every communication frequency in the galaxy simultaneously, while our fleet engages in some truly inspired acts of vehicular percussion, using your armada as the drums." She leaned in close to the hologram. "See, what you fail to understand is that humanity doesn't just survive. We thrive on chaos. You threaten our home? Congratulations. You just gave 7 billion sleep-deprived, caffeinated monkeys with opposable thumbs a common enemy, and a chance to show off." The Xylosian's image flickered as it presumably tried to process this information. But our simulations. "Let me guess," Anya interrupted. "Your simulations showed humans cowering in fear, begging for mercy, or fleeing in panic." A weak nod from the liquid mass. "Yeah, see, that's where you went wrong. You simulated logical responses. Humans," she grinned wider. "We don't do that here." As if on cue, the ship speakers crackled to life, with the opening notes of, "Never gonna give you up." Anya could almost feel the collective groan of species across the galaxy as Rick Astley's dulcet tones assaulted their sensory organs. "Now, then," she said, cracking her knuckles, "shall we discuss the terms of your surrender? Or would you prefer we start with the drum solo?" The Xylosian ambassador's hologram flickered and sputtered, its liquid mass now resembling a particularly ambitious macrame project gone horribly wrong. "This is unprecedented. The Galactic Council will hear of this outrage." "Oh, I'm counting on it," Anya replied, settling back into her captain's chair with all the nonchalance of someone about to watch their favorite sitcom. "In fact, I'm rather looking forward to their reaction." I imagine it'll be something along the lines of, she affected a high-pitched, nasally voice. Oh, no. The humans are being weird again. Her first officer, Commander Ben Carter, finally lost his battle with composure and burst out laughing. Captain, you do realize you've probably just sparked an interstellar incident, right? Anya shrugged, a mischievous glint in her eye. Ben, my friend, that's Tuesday for us. Now, let's see what our esteemed colleagues in the fleet are up to, shall we? She tapped a few buttons on her console, and the main view screen lit up with a sight that could only be described as organized chaos. Human ships of all sizes were darting between the lumbering alien vessels, executing maneuvers that seemed to defy both physics and common sense. One particularly daring pilot had somehow managed to get their small fighter craft to surf along the hull of a massive Xylosian dreadnought, leaving a trail of glitter in their wake. Another had reprogrammed their ship's external speakers to blast the chicken dance at full volume while performing a series of increasingly improbable barrel rolls. Is that the USS? Inconceivable? Using its tractor beam to make alien ships do the conga? Ben asked, squinting at the screen in disbelief. Why, yes, it is, Anya replied, not bothering to hide her pride. I taught Captain Singh that move myself, although the conga is a nice touch. Very festive. The Xylosian ambassador, who had been rendered speechless for the past few minutes, finally found its voice, or whatever passed for a voice in a species that communicates primarily through interpretive liquid shifts. This is madness. You cannot hope to defeat us with these shenanigans. Anya leaned forward, her expression suddenly serious. See, that's where you're wrong, Xylosius. We're not trying to defeat you. We're trying to confuse you so thoroughly that you'll give up, just to make the madness stop. She gestured at the view screen, where a human ship was now attempting to initiate a game of intergalactic red light, green light with a befuddled alien cruiser. Look, it's your fleet. Half of them don't know whether to shoot us or join the party, and the other half are probably questioning their life choices right about now. As if to prove her point, one of the alien ships suddenly broke formation and began executing a series of moves that looked suspiciously like the Macarena. Captain, the comms officer called out, trying to keep a straight face. We're receiving transmissions from several Xylosian ships. They're asking for the playlist. Anya's grin threatened to split her face in two. Well, looks like some of your buddies have good taste, Xylosius. Tell you what, you call off this ridiculous eviction notice, and we'll not only share our music, but we'll throw in a primer on human pop culture. Trust me, you haven't lived until you've binged The Office. The ambassador's hologram flickered again, this time with what might have been resigned acceptance. I will need to consult with the council. Take your time, Anya said, leaning back and propping her feet up on the console. We've got all day. In fact, she turned to her first officer, Ben, why don't you give our new friends a crash course in the art of the flash mob while we wait? As Ben enthusiastically began, explaining the finer points of synchronized dance to the increasingly bewildered alien, Anya allowed herself a moment of quiet satisfaction. Sure, humanity might not be the most advanced or powerful species in the galaxy, but they were certainly the most entertaining, and sometimes, that was all that was needed to win the day. After all, it's hard to evict someone when you're too busy trying to learn the cha-cha slide. As Ben's impromptu dance lesson continued, the bridge of Enya's ship began to resemble a particularly enthusiastic wedding reception. Even the normally stoic tactical officer had been roped into demonstrating the finer points of the electric slide. Captain, the comms officer called out, barely containing her laughter. We're getting reports from Earth. Apparently, civilians have caught wind of the situation and, well, you might want to see this for yourself. Anya raised an eyebrow. Oh, this ought to be good. Put it on screen. The view screen flickered to life, showing a montage of scenes from around the globe. In Times Square, a massive crowd had gathered, all wearing hastily made alien costumes that looked like a cross between Halloween rejects and avant-garde fashion statements. They were performing what appeared to be a choreographed dance to Space Oddity. In Tokyo, an enterprising group had reprogrammed the giant video billboards to display a looping animation of cute, chibi-style Earth mascots giving alien spaceships flower crowns and hugs. The streets of Rio de Janeiro had turned into an impromptu carnival, with revelers dressed as a mix of traditional samba dancers and sci-fi aliens, parading under banners that read, "Party so hard they'll want to stay." Well, Anya mused, I see the folks back home are taking this all in stride. The Xylosian ambassador, who had been silent for a while, suddenly burst out. What is wrong with your species? We threaten annihilation. And you respond with dance parties? Anya shrugged. What can I say? We're a make lemonade kind of people. Or in this case, a galactic block party out of an attempted eviction. Just then, a priority message flashed on her console. Well, she said, scanning the text. Looks like the Galactic Council has made a decision. Care to hear it, Xylosius? The liquid mass gave what might have been a resigned nod. Right then, Anya cleared her throat dramatically. In light of recent events and unexpected cultural exchanges, the Galactic Council hereby rescinds its evacuation order for the human solar system. Furthermore, we extend an invitation for humanity to join the galactic community as honorary party planners and entertainment coordinators. She looked up, grinning. Well, would you look at that? Seems like we've just been promoted from galactic nuisance to galactic cruise directors. The bridge erupted in cheers, with Ben attempting to high-five the holographic ambassador, his hand passing right through the liquid mass. Oh, and there's a postscript, Anya added. Please send more of those memes. The council finds them most perplexing, yet oddly addictive. The Xylosian ambassador's liquid mass drooped in what might have been defeat, or possibly just exhaustion. I don't understand. How did this happen? Anya stood up, walking over to the hologram. Listen, Xylosius, the universe is a big, scary place. Most species see that and build bigger guns or hide behind bigger walls. Humans? We looked at the vastness of space and thought, you know what this needs? A killer soundtrack and some mood lighting. She gestured around the bridge. We're not conquerors or cowards. We're the universe's most enthusiastic party crashers. And now, it looks like we've been given the keys to the DJ booth. As if on cue, the opening chords of Don't Stop Believing began playing over the ship speakers. Now then, Anya said, cracking her knuckles with a mischievous grin, who's ready to teach the galaxy how to do the time warp? As her crew cheered, and the bewildered Xylosian ambassador's hologram flickered uncertainly, Anya couldn't help but feel a surge of pride. Humanity might not be the strongest, smartest, or most advanced species in the galaxy, but they were certainly the most fun. And in a universe full of unknown terrors and cosmic horrors, sometimes that was the greatest superpower of all. After all, it's hard to be afraid of the dark when you're too busy planning the galaxy's biggest rave. As the impromptu celebration on the bridge reached a fever pitch, with even the ship's AI joining in by flashing the lights in sync with the music, Anya's console lit up with incoming transmissions from across the galaxy. Captain, the comms officer shouted over the din. We're being hailed by, well, everyone? Anya raised an eyebrow. Everyone? Care to elaborate, Ensign? It's not just the Galactic Council, ma'am. We're getting messages from dozens of species we've never even heard of before. They all want to know, the ensign paused, double-checking her readings. They want to know if the party is lit? Anya burst out laughing. Oh, this is too good. Put them on screen. Let's see what we're dealing with. The main view screen flickered to life, splitting into a mosaic of alien faces. Some were vaguely humanoid. Others were collections of shapes that defied easy description. One appeared to be a sentient cloud of glitter. Greetings, party people of the galaxy, Anya announced, her arms wide. This is Captain Anya Sharma of Earth, your newly appointed cruise director for the Milky Way. What can we do for you fine folks? A cacophony of voices erupted, each alien trying to speak over the others. Anya held up a hand, and miraculously, they fell silent. One at a time, please. You there, the one who looks like a disco ball had a baby with a cactus. The alien in question pulsed with multicolored lights. We heard there was to be dancing? Is this true? Our species expresses joy through synchronized illumination and wishes to participate. Absolutely. Anya grinned. We humans have a dance called the worm that I think you'd excel at. Anyone else? A creature that resembled a sentient bowl of spaghetti raised what might have been a hand. We bring fermented beverages that cause mild hallucinations and an overwhelming desire to sing karaoke. Is this permitted? Buddy, Anya replied. You just described half the bars on Earth on a Friday night. You'll fit right in. As the aliens clamored with more questions and offers, Ben sidled up to Anya. Captain, he whined. Are you sure about this? We've gone from nearly being evicted from our solar system to hosting an intergalactic kegger in the span of an hour. Anya shrugged, a twinkle in her eye. Ben, my friend, that's diplomacy in action. Why fight a war when you can throw a party so legendary that your would-be enemies are too busy having fun to remember why they wanted to fight in the first place? She turned back to the screen. All right, listen up, Galaxy. Here's the deal. Earth is now officially the party capital of the Milky Way. Bring your drinks, your snacks, your weird alien dance moves. We'll provide the music, the hospitality, and a crash course in human culture. The aliens cheered, a strange mix of sounds that somehow blended into a harmonious melody of excitement. Oh, and one more thing, Anya added, her grin turning slightly wicked. We have this Earth tradition called karaoke. Trust me, you're going to love it. As the transmission ended and the crew began preparing for the influx of alien visitors, Anya couldn't help but chuckle. They had faced the threat of extinction and turned it into the galaxy's biggest block party. It was absurd, it was chaotic, and it was perfectly human. You know, Ben, she mused, watching as a junior officer attempted to explain the Macarena to the tentacled ambassador. I have a feeling the universe is in for one hell of a surprise. Ben nodded, a bemused smile on his face. Indeed, Captain. But if there's one thing humans excel at, it's surprises. As the first alien ships began to arrive, their hulls gleaming with what appeared to be hastily applied glitter, Anya couldn't help but feel a surge of pride. Humanity had taken its first steps onto the galactic stage, not with a show of force, but with an invitation to dance. And really, wasn't that the most human thing of all? As the intergalactic shindig continued to escalate, Earth's orbit began to resemble a cosmic traffic jam of partying alien vessels. Anya's ship, now unofficially dubbed Party Central, was at the epicenter of the chaos. Captain, Lieutenant Chen called out, her voice barely audible over the pulsing beat of Staying Alive blasting through the ship's speakers. We've got a situation in Cargo Bay 3. Anya, who had been in the middle of teaching a group of gelatinous aliens how to do the robot, raised an eyebrow. Defined situation, Ensign. Chen's face contorted in a mix of exasperation and amusement. It's the Xylosians, ma'am. They've discovered bubble wrap. Bubble wrap? Anya echoed, not sure she'd heard correctly over the music and general hullabaloo. Yes, ma'am. Apparently, they found the popping sensation intoxicating. They're rolling around in it and making noises that our translators are interpreting as a joyous whale song. Anya burst out laughing. Well, I'll be damned. Who knew our packing materials would be the hit of the party? All right, make sure they don't suffocate in there. Maybe introduce them to finger painting next. I have a feeling they'd love the tactile sensation. As Chen hurried off to manage the bubble wrap situation, Raj soon appeared, looking a bit frazzled. Captain, just had a rather interesting conversation with the Arcturian ambassador. They're predicting an intergalactic exchange program. Oh, Enya's eyes lit up with interest. Do tell. Well, Raj continued, ducking as a levitating alien zoomed overhead, trailing streamers. They want to send some of their youth to Earth to learn about our party culture. In exchange, they're offering to teach us their secret to faster-than-light travel. Anya blinked. Let me get this straight. We're trading keg stands for TTL technology. Raj nodded, a bemused smile on his face. Essentially, yes. Apparently, they find our ability to have fun in the face of cosmic insignificance inspiring. Well, hot damn. Anya shook her head in disbelief. And here, thought we'd have to invent our way to the stars. Turns out, we just had to invite the neighbors over for a beer. Just then, the ship's AI chimed in, its voice somehow managing to sound both polite and exasperated. "Captain, I feel I should inform you that a group of Andromedans has commandeered the holodeck. They're using it to simulate something they're calling spring break on Mars." Anya pinched the bridge of her nose, torn between laughter and disbelief. "Of course, they are. Why not? Let me guess. They're wearing suns out, guns out t-shirts and doing keg stands in 1/6 gravity." "Actually, Captain," the AI replied, a hint of amusement in its synthetic voice, "they've progressed to body shots off the Mars rover. Now that's just unsanitary," Anya asserted, but she couldn't keep the grin off her face. "All right. Let them have their fun. But make sure they know the rover is off limits for any intimate encounters. I'm not explaining that to NASA." As she turned back to the main view screen, which now displayed a dizzying array of alien ships engaged in what appeared to be a conga line through the asteroid belt, Anya couldn't help but marvel at the absurdity of it all. "You know, Ben," she mused, watching as a particularly enthusiastic alien attempted to lead the electric slide, its tentacles tangled in a glow stick necklace. "When I joined Starfleet, I thought I'd be exploring strange new worlds, seeking out new life and new civilizations." Raj nodded, ducking as a floating tray of something that looked suspiciously like Jell-O shots whizzed by. "And instead," Anya grinned, grabbing two of the wobbly, glowing cubes off the tray, "instead, we're teaching those new civilizations how to do body shots and play beer pong. Somehow, I think this might be more effective at establishing galactic peace." She handed one of the Jell-O shots to Raj and raised her own in a toast to humanity, turning potential alien invasions into the best damn party this side of Andromeda since 2024. As they clinked their gelatinous cubes together, the opening chords of "Don't Stop Believing" began to play, and a cheer went up from every corner of the galaxy. Somehow, against all odds, humanity had found its place among the stars, not as conquerors or victims, but as the life of the party. And really, Anya thought, as she watched a group of star-spanning civilizations attempt to start a conga line through the solar system, wasn't that the most human victory of all? As the intergalactic shindig continued to escalate, Anya found herself in the unenviable position of trying to maintain some semblance of order amid the cosmic chaos. She stood on the bridge, surveying the scene with a mix of pride and mild concern. "Captain," Lieutenant Park called out, his voice barely audible over the sounds of what appeared to be an alien beatboxing contest. "We've got an incoming transmission from Earth. It's the Unsecurity Council." Anya's eyes sharpened. "Oh boy, here we go. Put them through, Lieutenant," and someone turned down that racket. The main view screen flickered to life, revealing a panel of very serious-looking world leaders. Their expressions ranged from bewildered to mildly angry, with a dash of "what the hell is going on" thrown in for good measure. "Captain Sharma," the Unsecretary General began, his voice stern, but with an undercurrent of confusion, "would you care to explain why our solar system currently resembles a galactic frat party?" Anya cleared her throat, straightening her now slightly rumpled uniform. "Well, sir, it's quite simple really. We were facing an extinction-level threat from an advanced alien civilization, and we threw a party." The silence that followed was so profound that Anya could have sworn she heard a pin drop somewhere in the Andromeda galaxy. "You threw a party?" the Secretary General repeated slowly, as if trying to make sense of the words. "Yes, sir," Anya nodded, warming to her topic. "You see, we figured if we couldn't beat them with firepower, we'd win them over with fun. And, well, it worked a little too well, actually." She gestured to the chaos behind her, where a group of bioluminescent aliens were attempting to start a conga line with the ship's maintenance robots. "We've gone from being on the brink of annihilation to being the most popular kids in the galactic neighborhood. We've got species from across the universe lining up to trade advanced technology for our music playlists and party planning expertise." The unpanel looked at each other, expressions ranging from disbelief to begrudging admiration. The US representative leaned forward. Are you telling me that we've achieved faster than light travel capabilities in exchange for keg stands? Anya nodded, trying to keep a straight face. Yes, ma'am. And I believe we're about to secure a clean energy deal in return for teaching the Balwans how to dance the Macarena. There was another moment of stunned silence, broken only by the distant sound of what might have been an alien attempting to sing Bohemian Rhapsody. Finally, the Chinese representative spoke up. This is unprecedented, but not entirely unwelcome. Captain Sharma, it seems your unorthodox approach may have single-handedly revolutionized Earth's position in the galaxy. Anya allowed herself a small smile. Thank you, sir. I can't take all the credit, though. This is humanity at its finest, turning a potential apocalypse into the galaxy's biggest block party. A cosmic block party, the Secretary General exclaimed, a hint of a smile tugging at his lips. Very well, Captain. Continue with your diplomatic efforts, but please try to keep the solar system in one piece. We'd rather not have to explain to future generations why Saturn's rings are now tie-dyed. As the transmission ended, Anya turned back to her crew, all of whom were trying and failing to hide their grins. Well, folks, she clapped her hands together. You heard the man. Let's keep this party going, but maybe dial it back from an 11 to a solid 8.5. Ben, and make sure the Xylosians don't inhale all our helium supplies. Chen, see if you can redirect that conga line away from Jupiter's orbit. We don't need any gravitational mishaps. And someone, please, teach the Arcturians that the chicken dance is not, in fact, a mating ritual. As her crew scrambled to their tasks, Anya couldn't help but chuckle. They'd saved the world, secured humanity's place in the galactic community, and threw the party of the millennium all in one day's work. She gazed out at the sea of twinkling starships, now adorned with what appeared to be cosmic-scale disco balls and streamers. Well, she vowed to herself, a grin spreading across her face. I guess this is what they meant by boldly going where no one has gone before. And with that, Captain Anya Sharma, accidental architect of galactic peace and newly minted party planner extraordinaire, strode off to teach a group of curious aliens the finer points of the electric slide. As the party began to wind down, or at least settle into a more organized chaos, Anya found herself on the observation deck, watching the swirling colors of alien ships against the backdrop of stars. Ben joined her, handing over a steaming mug of what smelled suspiciously like hot chocolate spiked with something stronger. Quite a day, Captain, he said, leaning against the railing. Anya chuckled, taking a sip of her drink. That's putting it mildly, Ben. We went from potential extinction to galactic block party hosts in less time than it takes to binge watch a season of Friends. They stood in companionable silence for a moment, watching as a group of bioluminescent aliens played what appeared to be a game of cosmic tag between the rings of Saturn. You know, Ben, Anya mused, I always wondered what first contact would be like. I imagined grand speeches, tense negotiations, maybe even a bit of phaser fire for good measure. Raj nodded. Instead, we got a conga line through the Kuiper Belt and an impromptu karaoke contest judged by the Galactic Council. Exactly, Anya grinned, and somehow, worked better than any diplomat could have dreamed. We've got trade agreements, cultural exchange programs, and I'm pretty sure we just became the spring break destination for half the Milky Way. A bright flash caught their attention. It seemed the Andromedans had figured out how to turn the asteroid belt into a giant game of cosmic pinball. Anya sighed, but couldn't keep the smile off her face. We're going to have one hell of a cleanup job tomorrow. True, Ben agreed. But think of the stories we'll have to tell. How humanity saved the galaxy with the power of dance. It'll be a bestseller across the galaxy. As if on cue, the ship speakers crackled to life with the opening chords of Don't Stop Believing. Apparently, it had become the unofficial anthem of the galaxy's newest and most enthusiastic party animals. Anya raised her mug in a toast to humanity, turning cosmic threats into cosmic karaoke since 2024. Ben clinked his mug against hers. To humanity, teaching the galaxy that the best defense is a good conga line. As they turned back to watch the continuing revelry, Anya couldn't help but feel a surge of pride. They had faced the unknown and responded in the most human way possible, with music, laughter, and an open invitation to join the party. In the grand tapestry of the universe, humanity might be small, but they had just proven they could throw one hell of a shindig. And really, in a universe full of wonders and terrors, wasn't that the most important skill of all? The party would end, the hangovers both alien and human would fade, and the serious business of interstellar diplomacy would begin. But for now, as Earth rotated below them and the stars twinkled above, Captain Anya Sharma raised her mug one more time. "To the galaxy," she whispered, a smile playing on her lips. "Welcome to the party. It's going to be one hell of a ride." And as the music swelled and laughter echoed across the cosmos, Anya knew that humanity had found its place among the stars, not as conquerors or victims, but as the life and soul of the greatest party the universe had ever seen. After all, in a galaxy full of wonders, sometimes all you need is a good beat and an open dance floor. And humanity, they were just getting started.